Hello, I will talk about the stars. The closest star to Earth is our Sun, and it is 150 million kilometers from Earth. Um, it takes to the Sun's rays 8 minutes to reach Earth. In general, you can say that any celestial body that emits heat and light as a result of nuclear fusion is defined as a star, whereas any celestial body that that revolves around a star is called a planet. So our Earth is a planet that rotates around the Sun, that is a star, and the Earth completes one orbit around the Sun at 365 days, or in 1 year. The next closest star to Earth other than the Sun is the star Proxima Centauri, and the star Proxima Centauri is 4 light years from Earth. That is to say, the light that is emitted from the star Proxima Centauri travels 4 years until it reaches Earth. So if theoretically there was a wedding on the star Proxima Centauri, and you broadcast the wedding live to Earth, and if, for example, the pictures from the wedding arrives to Earth now at April 2023, it actually means that it actually says that the wedding itself took place at April 2019 at the star Proxima Centauri, because it took the pictures 4 years to arrive from Proxima Centauri to Earth. Okay, so generally you can say that when you look at the stars, you are actually looking into the past. Okay, so you can define a star as a spherical celestial body composed of matter that are in a gas and plasma aggregation. And also the star produces its own energy by nuclear fusion as light and heat. Okay, and there are the number of stars in the visible universe are about 7 times 10 to the power of 22, or other estimations are 10 to the power of 24 stars are in the visible universe. So actually the stars in the universe are organized in structures called galaxies, and the galaxies themselves are organized in a bigger structures that called galaxy clusters. And so also the galaxy clusters themselves are organized in a bigger structures that called superclusters. And the largest structure known in the visible universe are the collection of many superclusters that called the great walls. Okay, so the galaxy is a collection of stars, collection of many stars that held together as one unit by the force of gravity, and all the stars in the galaxy revolve around the center of the galaxy. So an example of a galaxy is the Milky Way. The Milky Way is the galaxy where the solar system is, and of course our Earth is in the Milky Way galaxy, and the number of stars in the Milky Way galaxy are about 200 billion stars. Other estimation is that the number of stars in the Milky Way galaxy are about 400 billion stars. And all the stars in the Milky Way galaxy are revolving around the center of the galaxy. Okay, so then a large amount of galaxies that held together by the force of the gravity are called cluster galaxy. And then you have even larger structures that is a collection of galaxy clusters, a collection of many galaxy clusters that held together as one unit by the force of gravity and moves in the universe as one unit, is called a supercluster. So, and the size of supercluster is about 100 million light years long, up to 400 million light years long. Okay? And the last structure is the largest structure known in the visible universe, is many superclusters that held together as one unit by the force of gravity and move in the universe as one unit, is called Great Wall. So that is the largest structure known in the visible universe. And an example of a great wall is a huge LQG that is 1 billion light years from Earth, and it is 1.37 billion light years long. Okay, so we can summarize the structure of the stars in the universe. We start from the galaxy, that is a lot of stars held together by the force of gravity. Then you have galaxy clusters. Then you have superclusters, and then the largest structure known in the visible universe is a great wall. Okay, thank you very much.